Yeah. Yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome to our first live session. Um, yeah, I noted down some questions that you have been asking the last couple of days or the last 24 hours. If I missed any question, please let me know. You can still drop me an email. Um, yeah, and if you have any questions now, you can also just send a message in the chat. Um, yeah, well, here we go. Well, one of the questions was, do we communicate in English? And did Ivory speak Dutch? Uh, Ivory didn't speak Dutch really well. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to introduce Zuri to you guys. Yeah, well, this is Zuri. You've probably seen her in other videos as well. Uh, and she's joining here, and I'll be doing most of the talking, but Zuri can also answer some questions that you might have for her. Yeah, well, here we go. So, did Ivory speak English? Well, Ivory spoke English. Did she speak Dutch? Ivy spoke, a few words of Dutch, but yeah, at home we mainly spoke English with each other. And Zuri, yeah, spoke English with Ivory and Filipino. Um, I speak Dutch mostly with Kyle, with our son, and Zuri and I we speak mostly English. I think like 80% of our conversations are in English and 20% are in Dutch. Um, and that's mainly because, yeah, when Zuri came to the Netherlands, she didn't speak Dutch, so we started off talking English, and we just continued when she knew how to speak Dutch. Um, yeah, so it's a pity because Ivory, of course, was talking English to Kayo. She wasn't talking Filipino, but just English to Kayo, and Zuri, you still speak English with Kayo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but he is speaking less English now. He doesn't want to speak English with me. So I hope he won't unlearn it. Yeah, it is better for his school though, because at school he was speaking, half of his sentences were Dutch, half of his sentences were English, and the teachers, yeah, sometimes were a bit confused. Anyway. Yeah, one of the questions was if Ivy smoked. Yeah, I answered that before in a previous video. Um, Ivy did smoke briefly a long time ago before Zuri was born. I think she quit when she became pregnant, right? Do you
Yeah, I
remember?
think even before.
Oh, even
But
before.
she did not smoke long.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, she didn't. So she hardly smoked, and she never smoked while after Shuri was born. She hardly drank as well. Yeah, maybe once or twice per month, and then just a few glasses of wine. Um, yeah, she didn't work out much, but there wasn't. She didn't really have an unhealthy lifestyle. And how did she get it? Yeah, we don't know how she got it. You have to be a bit lucky. Of course, you have to try to live healthy, and you have to be a bit lucky. Um, Hi guys. Yeah, I'll first answer the questions, and then I'll go into the chat. So, was cancer running through Ivory's family? Yes, it was. Mostly from her mother's side. I think her grandmother had cancer, and some of her aunts or uncles had cancer as well. Yeah, so it was running through the family. And yeah, where we are from originally, I'm from the Netherlands. Suri and Kayo are from the Philippines. Suri and Ivy are
Yeah.
from the Philippines, and
Kai was born here.
Kayo was born here. Um, yeah, how did the cancer spread so fast? Um, yeah, well, we actually don't know when the cancer started. We found out about it January 2021. And the doctors think it started about a year before. When we found out, we heard right away that it was lung cancer with, yeah, it was spread out in the bones, liver, and brain. So it had been there for a while, but you never know how fast it went. And at that point, they told us, you have 9 months. But later on, they got back to us. They told us, okay, you haven't smoked. You're from Asian origin, and we think Tagresso might work, also for non-Asians. But they thought with this particular group, Tagresso had a high chance of working, and if it worked, she would have a few years left. I think the average was about 19 months or so. Um, um, yeah. So, and one of the other questions was, where was the pain in her back? The pain was mainly in her lower back. Um, yeah, but it also was in her shoulder blades. When we first heard about the cancer, they told us it was from her hips until her shoulder blades, and when they showed us the CT scan. And I don't remember if it was her left or right leg, but one of her legs was really damaged badly by the cancer. And at the beginning, she had to walk with crutches, because they said if you fall and you break your leg, it won't be able to heal anymore. We won't be able to repair it anymore. And she went to the hospital like every 6 weeks, um, to get some kind of medications to make her bones stronger, and they did become stronger. I think together with Tagresso. Um, um, yeah, did Ivory have chemo or radiation? No, she didn't. And about a year ago, they told us, okay, now she has Tagresso, it's working. If Tagresso isn't working, we might have another medicine, something similar to Tagresso that we can try out. And we also have chemo or radiation that we can try out. So we thought, okay, if Tagresso isn't working, and they also said we can double the Tagresso. So if Tagresso isn't working, we can double the Tagresso. If that doesn't work, there are still options left. That's what we thought, because that's what they told us. And yeah, they doubled her Tagresso, I think, in December of last year because of her headache. Um, and they did see that it was active again, her in her brain. And But the CT, the MRI scan, I think it was, showed that it wasn't the double dosage was helping. Uh, but she didn't feel better. She still felt bad. So her body told her, okay, it's not working, and the results showed it was working. So yeah, but her body was right; it wasn't working. And then when she went to the hospital for a checkup, because she said, okay, it's not working, I don't feel right, so they had to do a checkup, and they had to go over a needle in her back. And because she had back problems, it was hard to position, and they had to do it like 6 times, and she was in huge pain. At that point, they told us, okay, we are really worried. And yeah, my first reaction was, how long does she still have? And then they said, weeks, could be 1 or 2 or 6 weeks. And they said she's too weak for chemo or radiation. If we try that, she will be so sickly that she won't enjoy life anymore, and that probably she will die even sooner. So um, yeah, we knew that that it was back, and that the double dosage wasn't really working. But at the beginning of the year, I think, at least, I don't know how Avery felt about it, but I was thinking, okay, she will still be there. Will she still be there by the end of the year? I wasn't thinking about, will she make the summer? Will she still be there by the end of the year? Because I thought of the other options that they gave us. And yeah, that was not the case anymore. So that was a huge surprise end of February. But yeah, it is what it is. Was she cremated or buried in the Netherlands? Ivory was cremated, and maybe you can explain why. Sorry.
Well, Mama wanted to be cremated because she did not want to be buried. Yeah, she didn't want us to always go to her. She wanted to stay with us, so she wanted to be cremated. So wherever we go, we could bring her along with us. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And yeah, final question was, how are the children and myself taking the loss of Ivory? Well, yeah, it's different every day, and even the day can start off well but end up bad, or end up start bad and end up okay or better. Yeah, I think if the kids are not around, it's more difficult. If I keep myself busy, it's easier than if the kids are not around. If yeah, if you're alone, if you don't have, and then you start to think about things, and then it becomes difficult. Or if I'm driving, yeah, if I'm driving, I'm basically constantly thinking of her. But if I'm yeah, busy, with work, with the kids, then then it's easier. Yeah, but I think when the kid, when Kazuri, she bikes to school herself, and I bring Kaio to school, and when I'm back home, nobody's here, and I think that's maybe a hard time, and when the kids are in bed. But yeah, I think it really depends on the day. Yeah, yeah. And for you?
Well, I'm going to school now, so I'm also a bit more distracted. And when I come home from school, I also just try to work on school or watch something to also not really think about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
normally don't really talk about it. That's why it's
No,
harder for me to say it.
yeah. Zuri doesn't. We don't talk about. We talk about mommy, but there are never really nice conversations for now. I hope the conversations will be better in the future. But now it's yeah, it's they're never happy conversations. Even though, of course, we were very happy with Ivy. But I think it's hard for us to talk with each other about it. Yeah, and I think Shuri is doing really well at school. They gave us, she doesn't have to go to school, but she really wants to. Um, yeah, so I think for now things are going well. She's gonna go on a holiday with her best friend and the family of her best friend in June or July. They're gonna go to Greece, so that's really nice. Yeah, I July, August are the summer holidays here. So yeah, those are the months that people here usually go on a holiday. And yeah, I haven't made any plans yet. I think we haven't done anything with the family yet since Ivory passed away. It's just really awkward to go out together, for dinner, or yeah, do some kind of activity. Just feels really strange. I know we have to start with it, and so otherwise we'll never get used to it. Yeah, but it's I think everything is we just have to get used to the new life. Yeah. So yeah, Kim, that's what the kids are gonna do this summer. Zuri is gonna go on a holiday with her friend. They're gonna go to Greece, and and Kaio is actually gonna yes taking swimming lessons at this moment. He's 6 years old, so he doesn't know how to swim yet. But I just saw him today. He's pretty good already. So he will get his diploma on a Saturday, the 1st of July or 2nd of July. So we'll probably go. Yeah, probably go to some place where he can go swimming. And have a lot of fun. We still have to see. I haven't really thought about the summer holiday yet. I think it will just be a last minute thing. Yeah.
You have a lot, huh? You have to even scroll up.
Oh, I have to. Did I miss any questions?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. Well, let me see. Um, a grief group. Yeah. No, I haven't really thought about it yet. Mm, mm. This is actually my way of talking about Ivory's death. Um, yeah, this is kind of my outlet, and I don't know if I'll look for other ways to talk about it. Maybe somewhere in the future. And yeah, about getting other support for the kids. Zuri doesn't want to talk to a shrink about it, a psychologist, and for Kyle, that might be an option as well. I, you know, it's hard for me to know how Kyle feels about it because he's just 6. He does mention mommy every day, and yeah, even today when we went to the swimming pool, we drove back, and he said something like, "Yeah, mommy's not able to think anymore, and she's not able to listen anymore because she's dead, because she's a star." So I don't know what's going through his mind all the time, and I know that when he's sad, especially when he's tired, he will cry and ask for mommy, scream her name. And I usually try to distract him with something nice, um, with chocolate, which is his favorite. um, yeah, so that's how I'm trying to deal with it now. Trying to bribe him. Um, yeah, of course I'm keeping close contact with the teacher at school to see if there's anything that she sees that we have to talk about, to see if he needs some extra support. uh yeah, I don't really know what to do with it. I think I'll just give it some time, and if there are some signs that I think, okay, we have to do something about it, then I'll do something about it. But I also don't want to force him, to give him that, um, to force him to talk to someone about mama, um, to make it really, mm, to make it a problem. I don't want to make it a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is the most ideal solution. Yeah. So let's check again. Watching from home.
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Um, yeah, you need to start with a Saturday or Sunday family day. Let the kids pick something every weekend. Yeah, I think we used to have a day, and when Ivy was living with Zuri in the Philippines, I think you had a standard day, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
First day.
I would go to, but that was really when I was really still young. We would go to like a playground, like a park in the afternoon. I wouldn't go to school. I would like take a nap for the rest of the day, and then or like sleep chill. And at the afternoon, I would go to a park. And then we would like do a picnic or something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, and how old was Suri when she passed? Well, Ivory actually she passed just a few weeks ago. Suri turned 15 in the 11th of February, so yeah, 15. Mm, yeah. So these are the questions that you guys have given me. I'm trying to run through to see if there are any more things to talk about. Let me see. Oh yeah, did Ivy take the COVID vaccine? Yes, yeah, she did. She took both of them a long time ago. Actually, she did get. We all did get corona beginning of October, and even though we all had a vaccination, we all got sick. Um, but it kind of feels like I think it's just a coincidence. But after, of course, when we had corona, we had a headache, or Ivory did at least. None of us felt well, but the headache for Ivory never ended, and she also already had a headache before. But I do remember after corona, which was beginning of October, she never really recovered from that. And that's what we were also thinking in November. Okay, you're constantly having a headache. Maybe it's not cancer. Maybe it's still corona that has the effect, because sometimes people still are dealing with the aftermath for like 6 months. So we were hoping it was that, but it wasn't that. I don't know if it had any effect on the cancer. I don't think so, but we'll never know. But she did take a vaccination, 2 or 3 of them, the amount that you need. Yeah, and so yeah, that's about it for now, I think. Is there, if there's any for more, of course you can send us an email on ivorysdiary@gmail.com, or you can just send yeah, add a comment and ask a question. It's easier with by email, because there are sometimes so many comments that I sometimes miss a question. If I did miss a question, yeah, I apologize. I want to thank you guys so much for all the support that you are giving. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Um, and we check all the comments, even though I don't reply to most of them. Yeah, it is something, I like watching, and Ivy loved it as well. She, in the last days, I also read the replies to her, and before she was reading them herself. Uh, yeah, it really it means a lot to us. Yes, so thank you so much, and I wish you all, yeah, a great day. We'll have another live session on Sunday, where we will answer more questions. The plan is to make more videos in the future, to share, not only, hopefully also happy moments. So um, one of you mentioned, to have a Saturday or Sunday that you do activities together. Well, that's what we're hoping to do, and then we will also share those moments. Yeah, and add new chapters to Ivory's diary. Even though she can't be there, or at least her diary continues, and I hope that yeah, that she's out there watching us, and that she also, yeah, that's what I hope. I'm always looking around, looking for signs. I'm not really getting them, but I hope I will. Um, yeah, but anyway, so that's what we'll be doing. We'll be adding more videos to keep you guys updated. And yeah, thank you again for joining. I hope to see you on Sunday, or maybe some other day. Um, have a great day, and yeah, a good rest of the week. Okay, bye
Bye.
guys. Take care. Oh, here we go. Natalia. Okay. Bye bye.